Let's see here. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rum Boys Fantasy Network. As always, we team up with Raj from ESPN Los Angeles, but this time is special. It's our Thanksgiving edition. We're gonna kind of just go through the Thanksgiving Day games and the primetime games. Make it go over the important stuff for you guys. And kind of leave out all the unnecessary games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's
Chelsea
see.
is playing right now. The champion.
He's like, yo, I'm not missing that soccer game. I feel you, bro. God, I got Lamar Jackson film breakdown and some other piece of content that I'm gonna crank out today, so I feel it. We are just gonna dive right into it. Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a busy day for me. But we are going to dive right into it. First off, ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rum Boys and Girls, what it do. First game that we have to kick off Thanksgiving Day is Ty Boogie Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. Vegas has this one at the 3.5, with the over/under at 37, favoring Chicago. What are you thinking, Raj? Oh, and then Rogers slide by. Right when I pass it to Raj here. What's going on, Madison? Jordan Love up in here. Brandon Rogers. We got a 10 up in here. Sunser. What's going on? So we're gonna wait for Raj. There we go. Okay, now Raj is back.
You know what I think it is, man? It's actually raining out here for the first time, and I don't know when. Probably since like June or something. And I swear I think that might have something to do with it. What's up, people? I see you guys out there. Sorry for the delay.
Yo, but you're back. So what are you thinking for this game tomorrow?
Well, I call this the Turkey Bowl or Flag Football Bowl. This is where you go play football. You don't watch the game, especially out here because it's on so early. But interesting numbers here. I mean, against Patricia, never lost to him. Chicago's 4-point fave. I don't think they've gotten the offensive things worked out yet, but I still believe defensively Chicago can, make some problems for Driscoll and whatnot. Do you know Bo? Bo Scarborough. Yeah, I still like him. I say you start him in your fantasy, but this one I'm gonna go with the Bears. No surprise there, but I got to go with the Bears. Detroit. I mean, people go, why are they on TV Thanksgiving? They were the first ones to get it, and they hosted it, so you let them. It's on TV. It's good background noise to have. So anyway, give me the Bears in this game.
Yeah, no Matt Stafford still from what it's looking like. It's almost like is it really Thanksgiving if there's no Matt Stafford?
He's the most career passing yard and second most touchdowns of anyone on Thanksgiving. That's amazing.
Yes. Like this is a heartbreaker for me to have to get used to sitting back and watch Jeff Driscoll this year. Luckily, I'm gonna be on the field playing flag football in our own Turkey Bowl out here in Colorado. So I won't have to deal with that. I am picking the Bears. I am not going to pick it by the 3.5. I am going to pick this by 7. I'm going to take it for the over, just because Pinheiro he's not a good kicker, so I don't trust him to make the game winner. All right. So that's my take on that one. Cannot believe I'm not picking the Lions on Thanksgiving. You know what? They did just lose to the Redskins. They did just lose to my Redskins. Let me go ahead and let me ride with the Lions on Thanksgiving. I'm not doing this. This is tradition. We're picking the Lions on Thanksgiving. I'm picking the Lions. I'm picking the Lions.
What? All right.
I can't do it, man. I know I've never done that. I just flipped a take. Like I'm only allowed once a millennium to do that. I'm picking Lions. I just can't bring myself to do it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bills versus the Cowboys. Bills
Mm.
versus the Cowboys. So, what are you thinking here, Raj? I think everyone already knows what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, let me tell you right now, I have mixed emotions on this one. Remember what I said going into that New England game last week? I was saying, listen, Cowboys can cover the game. They've got the talent. In fact, I think they have more talent, if not as much talent as New England, but they will lose on one phase of the game. Do you remember what that was? It was
Yeah.
coaching.
Yeah.
It was coaching. Now, they got some bad calls too, but man, so I'm a Cowboy fan that sees the big picture, man. I'm going to tell you right now, this team cannot win a Super Bowl, cannot make a run to the Super Bowl despite the talent. So big picture wise, part of me wants to freaking lose because I don't want to wait to the end of the year. Go ahead and fire this dude. Give me our guy, our defensive coordinator as head coach. Try and find lightning in a bottle or something. But Jerry, we gotta lose this one for the bigger picture and just. I know Garrett's going at the end of the year. For those that know, they don't have to fire Garrett at the end of the year. He has no more. He doesn't have a contract left. Neither do his. What I'm saying is, forget waiting, dude. Just do it now while you have this talent. Dude. NFL windows are short. While we have this all, while we're together, before we know who knows what's going to happen. Cooper, who's not under contract. Neither is Dak. I'm sure we can franchise him, but still, lightning in the bottle. Let one of the assistants take over, preferably the defensive coordinator. Fire Jason Garrett after this loss. You got 10 days to your next game. That being said, Cowboys do well on Thanksgiving. We know that. Dak at home does well. 300 and yards. 2 of his last 3, 6 total touchdowns at home. He's much better at home. I think they'll look pretty good. But I wouldn't be mad at all if the Cowboys messed around and lost this game because I just want a new head coach. That's all I want for Christmas. Give it to me now for Thanksgiving. I can't stand this dude, and you know that. I just try and find lightning in a bottle, make a run.
I know. Believe me, I know. I get message every day from one of our fans, Koo, there in the chat, Karam, and he's kind of like, Jason Garrett has to go. Da 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 da. Like I said, my dad's a Cowboys fan. This is stuff that I've heard for the last 8 years. You guys are like the NFC version of the Bengals, where it's like you got so much talent, you can make it in the playoffs, and you don't go anywhere. So yeah, it's time for you guys to blow it up. I don't think that you guys do. Like I was gonna ask. So if you lose to the Bills on Thanksgiving, do you fire them? But I don't think that you guys do. Who do you want next for your head coach? If you guys fire Gary?
Well, honestly, for this year, I'm just saying the defensive coordinator. Give me him just for this year. Just a different message, lightning in a bottle, just for this year. Going forward next year, can we woo Lincoln Riley out of there? Give me someone innovative of an offensive guy. Give me that. Overpay him, but that's the type of coach that I need. Just someone to go in there. I'll go a college coach. I don't want to retread NFL guy.
Okay. So no Mike McCarthy.
What's that?
So no Mike McCarthy.
Nah.
Okay.
Now, would I take him over Garrett? Sure. Someone that's done it, been there, done that. And his message got old in Green Bay. I understand that. But I like to think, like I'm a Celtic fan, so I love what they did with Brad Stevens instead of going through these retread, NBA coaches that get hired, fired, and stuff like that. So give me the college guy first, Lincoln Riley. I don't mind McCarthy. But somebody, are you busy on Sundays? Can you coach?
I would never coach for the Star. I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
Hey, that'd be an NFL gig that I have to let my morals, But you're right. I would take that. Guys, get ready for my film breakdown that I'm going to do later today of Lamar Jackson. We're going to discuss a lot of interesting things as to how that offense develops at MVP. So that's going to be interesting as well. And also, buy a shirt. Hit up runboys.com. A lot has dropped. Use promo code RUNBOYS for all free shipping. Let's see here. Saints Falcons. Sorry, I had to plug myself really quick, Raj. I had to plug myself.
Of course.
Saints Falcons, the night game. When everyone is pretty much rushing their way into lines outside of Walmarts to buy Nintendo Switches and so much other things. I'm going to be at home enjoying this game because, fuck all that. Saints Falcons, what are you thinking, brother?
Interesting game. I mean, I know the Saints have only lost one game at home, only one game on the road, but they cover on the road. Actually, they're better on the road in terms of point spreads than at home. Now, you think, okay, this is a wash. Last game, what was it? A couple weeks ago, I think on the 6th. I believe it was the 6th this year. Maybe it was the 10th, somewhere around there. The Falcons beat them 26-9. So Falcons can win this game. It was about a divisional foe. We always talk about divisional games. Anything can happen type of thing. But this one, look, I think the Saints get their revenge. They're better on the road. I don't know if you want to touch that number, which I believe is 6.5 or 7, depending on where you look. But yeah, I actually like the Falcons to cover the game. I know they lost, when we thought they had it together, they lost recently, but I like them to cover. I like it going up and down. I'm a little worried about Kamara in terms of fantasy, man. I mean,
Yeah.
whoa, you know what I mean? A lot of people, including myself, had him as a top 3 back to start the year. That currently have it done, but in my daily fantasy, I'm finding a way to get Michael Thomas in my lineup, who's the most expensive wide receiver on the docket, but deservedly so because he's targeted at a crazy rate no matter who the quarterback is. If it's Breeze or if it's Bridgewater, they're both targeting him at an insane amount. So, yeah, give me Michael Thomas in terms of daily fantasy. Obviously, we're going to have Freeman back, right? He's supposed to make a full recovery. So if you had Hill, you put him back in a waiver wire. And I heard Hill was awful, so they're rushing Freeman back. They said just watching the tape, like he wasn't getting it done. But I'll take the Saints to win the game, but I do like the keep this one close and an entertaining game. You're right. For us, it's a bit earlier. It's not as late, but I want to watch this game. As I'm looking forward to this one as well.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Saints in this one. I don't think that the Falcons do what they did twice in a row to the Saints. They got lucky last time. You caught fire, like you mentioned earlier in the show. You caught lightning in a bottle for a game. I get that Freeman is coming back, but like you mentioned, they're rushing him back. Hill was absolutely positively awful. I have never seen a running back literally have blockers in front of him and still not be able to follow the running or follow the blockers. I've never seen a running back not be able to keep his feet. This dude's gap protection reads. He'll literally look at a wide open B gap and go, nope, this way, and then go to the other side. And he does it repetitively over and over and over again. So I'm happy for the Falcons that Freeman is coming back. I am absolutely telling everyone to bench Matt Ryan this week. I am not trusting Matt Ryan. Huddle, yeah, go play a different quarterback. I'm not trusting Matt Ryan this week. He was terrible last week. I think he's going to be terrible again this week. I think the Falcons are back to being the Falcons that we all knew. They had fun beating the Saints last time. It shocked the whole world, but that's over, said and done and over with. I think the Saints take this one.
Another two, I guess we should look that up, is if Lattimore's plays or not. Of course, the Saints' dynamic cornerback there. This is a short week, so I'm thinking they might want to sit him. Marshawn Lattimore, if he doesn't play, I like Ryan's chances better, but practice report Monday, so as of now, he's still questionable. He was a late scratch last week, but I wonder if he comes back. If not, I like Matt Ryan to kind of bounce back in this game. But if Lattimore is there, I'm a little more concerned.
Okay. I'm not a fan of Matt Ryan right now, especially after last week. I don't have him in any of my multiple leagues, but I saw what happened for people that did have him and what they were dealing with, and it was some nail biters out there. It was some nail biters. So for now, I'm just staying away. I'd probably maybe lean more towards like a guy like Sam Darnold this week playing against Cincinnati. Just to keep it safe. I don't think we did any starts and sits in those games. in the Cowboys game, I'm looking at Cole Beasley. I think that he could be a breakout guy. Obviously, I'm always preaching John Brown. Both the running backs.
And Beasley with the revenge factor, of course.
Yep, Beasley with the revenge factor. So I think he's guaranteed possibly a TD there. You're only looking at possibly the Bears defense because they're going up against a backup quarterback.
And speaking of that Bears game, if you add LSU to the mix, you know what you have.
What's up?
Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my!
Oh my God!
That's right. I can do the clean jokes too.
That was dad joke of the century right there.
Not just.
He just dad joke everyone. So Raj, let's go into the big games this week. Oh my gosh, we know what you're going to be passing around the table tomorrow. Dad jokes for days. Let's get into kind of some of the bigger matchups. Obviously, one that I feel that we got to talk about would have to be Browns Steelers. The revenge matchup there, mainly just for the narrative and the storyline. I mean, who do you think is going to win that one?
I went a little bit back and forth on this one. Looking at it first, I just picked the Browns on this one. I think they've not found their identity, but they've done better. But then just, sometimes, like I say, tiebreakers come down to coaches, and I trust Tomlin over Kitchens. But then it really kind of comes down to quarterbacks too. Let's face it, you can coach all you want, but when it comes to quarterbacks, I'm not trusting this Duck guy. What's his nickname? The Duck for Pittsburgh?
Devlin Duck Caller Hodges.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust this one. Now Pittsburgh is 4-2 at home. They do a good job, but guess what? Cleveland's 3-3. They go on the road and get it done as well. So in this one, I'll take Cleveland. However, I ain't giving points. I think they're favored by 2.5. So if you're doing point spread, go ahead. You take Pittsburgh. You're getting points at home. Home dog Pittsburgh. They haven't been the last time they've been an underdog at home was 1989. I believe the great Bubby Brister was quarterback back then, if I'm not mistaken. So I can get this one done because I'm just not trusting their quarterback.
Yeah, I'm going with the Browns just because last time they played this team, aside from, Myles Garrett smashing Mason Rudolph in the head with a helmet, and then the fans also coming out with the piñata last week and then smashing it with the helmet. There was a lot of dead bodies getting laid out on the field last time. Tinder said duck hunt. You guys like that duck hunt meme that I posted? That was a good meme. Yeah, for that, it is going to be duck hunt out there. The Browns are just going to absolutely feast on them. It was a hard-hitting game last time. I'm expecting another hard-hitting game this time. But I'm not picking points in this one, especially if they Cleveland's favorite 2.5. Or 2. Yeah, by 2. Let's see here. This one is the big one. Okay. This is probably game of the week. And I cannot believe that the NFL has not gotten their ish together and flexed this game to the night game.
All right.
49ers Ravens. Okay. That game will be at 11 a.m. my time, 10 your time. Doesn't matter. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's going to be the big fireworks show. What are you thinking here?
Well, for one, I think this is a black and blue game. You talk about a physical game. This one, I can see some people just laying helmet. I think there's going to be injuries in this game. Never rooting for them, but I'm just saying, woo, what a physical game. Kyle Shanahan versus Jim Harbaugh. You're right. I mean, they do got a nice Sunday night game. I guess they didn't want to flex out the Patriots, but still, this is the game I want to see. Lamar was out here last week. I mean, so people like I talked to DeMarco Farr, former players and just guys there like field level, at this game in LA. They're like, it's just different with Lamar. There's like so many, and Keyshawn was saying when this happened with Vic too, but some guys you get caught standing watching like, oh snaps. I say it's a different speed, different type of weapon. I know this front seven is deadly.
Mm-hmm.
I think Baltimore is just crushing against the spread, just destroying people. I heard RJ Bell say something like Vegas just hasn't caught up yet. Like, not acknowledging that they're not good or not, but at the point which they're destroying people, just beating people.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a tough one, man. I mean, it's like I just want to see the game happen. I mean, I guess I'm going to give the edge. Hate to be cliches, but to the home team, and I'll go with the Ravens since they are at home for this one. I do, and I'm not trying to take the easy way out. Again, I've been liking underdogs today. I know it, but I do think San Francisco can cover that spread. It's 5.5. I don't know, might be six, up to six by now.
Yeah, it's up to 6 now.
Yeah,
It's changed.
right
It's
now we're
changed so much this week.
Lamar, the obvious MVP, and until I see him beaten again, since they've really gotten the groove going, I'm going to take Baltimore to win the game at home.
I like it. I like it. I agree with you. I was on with our Boston division last night. We said, don't be surprised if this is a defensive game, kind of both ways, and maybe even like, it both sides scoring within the 20s, 21 a piece before, we can really decide who's going to have the ball in their hands last and have a definitive winner, which is why I see why they have this at about a 46.5 game. But like you just said, Vegas hasn't caught up yet. I think there's a possibility that the Ravens could even beat them by 2, maybe even 3 touchdowns. Both of these teams match up very well, especially because of what they can do in 2 phases, with the running back and with the tight end. They usually both line up with 2 receivers on the outside. Most plays for the Ravens, it'll usually be Hollywood Brown and then Snead. For the other side, it'd usually be, for the 49ers, Emmanuel Sanders, Deebo Samuel. And then usually it's the tight ends and the running backs doing a lot of the other work. So like you said, this is going to be classic, old school, black and blue football. Guys are coming off, with blood on their jerseys, after plays. Like it's that serious. I think that the Niners are going to lose this one, and I am taking the Ravens. Once again, how do you, as a defensive coordinator, one of the things I'm going to be talking about in the film breakdown later this afternoon is how do you game plan for when the most explosive player has the ball in their hands from the moment of snap to the moment of completion? And if there's anyone that can do it, the 49ers can, but there's a lot of ways that they're going to get beat up throughout this process, especially with Quan Alexander at linebacker. So it's a tough one. But that's going to be a very good game.
Check out some when you do your film study. Look and see. I keep seeing these smart cats in the league saying Baltimore is using motion like no other team, like pre-snap motion to get plays going.
Yes.
So check that out and let me know what you think next week about that, what you see.
Absolutely, I will. That's one of the things I was hitting towards. I didn't want to drop too many jewels during my take just now, but yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to point out. Let's see. Do you have any other of the afternoon games that you want to do before we do Sunday Night Football?
No, straight to Sunday night for me, my friend. Other than fantasy watching here, what the hell's going on with Saquon Barkley and stuff like that? I just straight to Sunday night for me, man.
I feel it. So we got the Patriots and the Texans. This game going down in Houston at NRG Stadium. What are you thinking here, Raj?
Thinking I'm not going to get suckered again. Every time I think the Texans can beat the Patriots, I look up and I realize Bill Belichick is 8-1 against the damn Texans, including they played last year and Patriots won 27 to 20, I believe, something like that. Bill O'Brien has never beaten Bill Belichick. I don't think it starts to Sunday night. It's Patriots. Last I checked, 2.5 point or 3.5 point faves on the road. I don't see the Patriots struggling to stop, the offense as much. As we know, the Patriots do struggle with mobile quarterbacks, which Deshaun is.
Mm-hmm.
And it worries me when you watch the Patriots offense, right? You see them and they're grinding, trying to get this stuff done, and they barely can. I mean, it's like, oh, you're watching it, it's a grind. They can't run the ball like they have in the past. But the Patriots on the road against the spread, 4-2. I'm going to take the Patriots and the Patriots to cover. I think they'll find a way to take Hop out the game, and Deshaun might be able to get some stuff done on the ground to give them some trouble, but I see him winning by over a field goal, the Patriots, and another victory for Belichick.
Yeah. Bill O'Brien, when he has to go up against, coaches that are, in all honesty, significantly better than he is, it's always painful to watch because that's what you want to see. You want to see the Patriots lose, especially after everything that we've seen with this team since the early 2000s. It's like, come on, can we please just give them some competition? Can we please make it to where they're not in the Super Bowl every single damn year? But when you give them matchups like this, and when you give Billy Belichick matchups like this, it's kind of how do I say? It's inevitable. It's inevitable for the Patriots. Patriots by a field goal, guys. Even though their receiving core is somewhat struggling, at the end of the day, they're the better team.
Their receivers are seriously struggling. I mean, it is a grind to watch them play offense, but they don't lose games on their own, and they just take care of the ball. They force you into turnovers, whether it be special teams or regular, and the Patriots just win games.
This is facts. Getting into Monday Night Football, the Seahawks versus the Vikings. Now, before we go into picks, I just want to state this. The Vikings absolutely positively have to secure this win. This is in Seattle at CenturyLink. The 12th man is going to be present. And this December football now. So it's a whole big different game. What you thinking, Raj?
Thinking another physical game. I spoke of that Baltimore San Fran game as being super physical. This one, my goodness, I can see bodies dropping in this one too. This is going to be rough and tough and tumble. I've liked the Vikings all year. It's kind of been my dark horse team in the NFC. I still think right now, even though the records don't say it, I think they're better than the Packers still. I think they can leap up and get it, but this is a game they've got to have if you're going to win a division, or else you're going to find yourself playing in that first round. And they're still in the hunt for, mathematically for home field. People don't want to go through Minnesota, but they're 5-0 at home this year. Of course, this one's on the road in Seattle, where Seattle struggled a little bit. They've lost their 2 games at home, surprisingly enough. Against the spread, they've only covered once this year. So there's something that 12th man. I mean, I remember the first game of the season, Cincinnati went in there and won. Covered the spread. So I was like, ooh, a little worried about it from the jump. Then by the way, I'm telling. That's right, I'm telling. Based off of our text, I'm telling. I said, if this ain't, I'm telling. But anyway, little something behind the scenes. We won't talk about that. Anyway, this game, I go ahead. And it was a tough one for me. I'm going to stick with what I've been saying from the get-go, is that I like the Vikings. Like I said, if Cook can stay healthy, their running back, Dalvin Cook. Thielen's supposed to come back. He's played did I read something like 13 catches or 13 snaps since week sitting at that hamstring in and out of Thielen. But if he can come back and they can be a full complement, I'm taking the Vikings. Yes, it's an upset. I take the Vikings to win this game outright. 12th man, it's been like 11 and a half, man. Ain't been the same. And I love Russell Wilson. I just love the way he makes plays and what he does. Chris Carson's the fumbling issues have resurfaced a little bit.
That's happening.
I will take. I think Pete Carroll's 5-1 against Minnesota. Against all those numbers, give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings.
I am taking Seattle. no matter
I just gave you
how
words of
bad
wisdom.
I feel it, but my words of wisdom are that Kirk Cousins is going to botch this game. He is going to screw this up somehow, some way, some shape, form, or fashion. Usually in December is when Kirk kind of turns it on, but then he'll choke. He's just going to do it a little bit earlier this year, and this will be the game later on that they're going to be like, damn, we really needed that Seahawks win and we couldn't get it. Danger Rush is just too dangerous, and I'm trusting him. I'm trusting him. He had to force a lot of throws to DK last week. DK had a lot of drops that were blatant drops, and it's okay, DK, because I had a week like that last week on the field, but still, you can't go out there doing that, man. Especially when you're on my fantasy team that started you. Oh, dude, it was bad, man.
Some insight on that. Keyshawn, he went up there and interviewed Russell a couple weeks ago. So word on the street is teammates know DK just can't make those contested catches. They say he's big as heck and this and that, but if it's contested for whatever reason, him look strong, him don't play strong. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, that's exactly.
DK, there you go. Oh, and by the way, getting my Lions, Tigers, and Bears joke. She got it. Yeah, thank you. I see you over there. She laughed at it.
Oh my gosh! No, with him, it's that he hears footsteps on those contested catches. He knows that it's a contested catch, and that's where the drops come in. Is that he knows, like, and that's one thing I was about to say. That was a problem that I had last week, where it was like snow and everything like that. It was just slippery, like boom, like just kind of happens. He's got to come through and he's got to make those. He's got to get that out of his mind. I know that's something that kind of creeps in at the last second of the play, but that's something that you can control. And if he can control that this game, then and make those big catches that he should have last game, then they're going to definitely beat the Vikings. Either way, they're going to beat the Vikings. It's Russell Wilson. So yeah.
Well, that's going to be a great game. We got to football, and like I say, I'm thinking big picture. I want my Cowboys to lose so we can get a new coach, and I'm a little worried with Dak on this too, man. I mean, I know he was an MVP consideration, but against winning teams, he hasn't beaten a winning team this year. He's thrown more interceptions and touchdowns against winning teams this year. So I need to see something from a winning team, Dak. Come on, man.
At 1984, you are not going to get your free hoodie. The Bills will beat the Cowboys, and you will be heading to runboys.com to go and get that hoodie. We put up a bet.
Oh, that's a nice.
All righty. Well, hey guys. Oh yeah, it's a damn good bet. Still helps me. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in and chilling with us. We greatly appreciate it.
Shout out to you too, Madison. There's some saying what's up in the shouts out.
Yes, much love to everyone in the chat. Madison Senna, BKB, all of you guys. We appreciate all of you guys. Raj is a mess. Raj, what do you guys got going out there in ESPN Los Angeles with the whole Turkey Day and everything, schedules and all that stuff?
No idea. I'm not showing up till Monday. Leave me alone. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't email me. Don't nothing. I got my Don Julio 70 now. Got the ribs. I'm about to marinate. I'm doing Friendsgiving, where I got no family in this state, thank God. So I just get to chill out with the homies and drink and watch football. So that's what I got going on.
So Keyshawn has to be producer for a day?
No, we just don't have shows until like Monday.
I'm making jokes, man. He's like,
stick to stats. Leave the jokes to me.
I got you. I'm gonna do a couple of film breakdowns today. Trying, just drop as much content for you guys today so that tomorrow I don't have to worry about a damn thing. Run Boys After Dark Friday night. Other than that, you guys, I appreciate you for tuning in and chilling. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Run Boys and girls, what it do. Dilly Dilly, we are out of here. Dun, dun, dun.